got a lot here from Drew McIntyre. I mean, he's out here making fun of CM Punk being injury prone. He's calling he's calling Damian Priest bondage Undertaker. I mean, there was a lot in this that was just fun and hilarious, and Drew is so good at this. And my God, I just thought of something. You think Drew McIntyre is going to tweet today after the AEW thing? Like, he probably is going to tweet some really funny stuff against CM Punk and, make it work into their feud. I don't know. Anyways, we'll see what happens. But what did you think of all of this promo here?
Exactly what we were talking about before. Turning somewhat of a real-life situation into money. Drew McIntyre has been on fire with his promos and his realism in the promos that helped carry another person that could have main evented WrestleMania and a story that was as compelling as finishing the story. Drew McIntyre has held this together. When he won that title versus Seth Rollins, I was like, wow, congratulations. And when he lost it, I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. The stuff that he's saying about CM Punk was everything that they're saying about CM Punk. But guess what? Not saying it in the WWE. They were saying it when he was elsewhere because he was out, because he got hurt. And he is saying this. This is basically like a perfect AEW angle that's happening in WWE and making money out of real life situations. They're also painting CM Punk for whatever is going to happen, painting CM Punk almost like what Drew McIntyre say. Listen, Punk, this is going to be, I don't think that even there is probably concern on the WWE side of what this is going to reveal, but I'm sure Punk has said, hey, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. But it's taking what everyone was talking about and putting a wrestling spin on it and creating money and an angle and business for this. That's how it's supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen, straight up.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre using a lot of internet lingo into his promos and stuff like that has been very, very cool because he's done so in a way where even if you don't know it's internet lingo because maybe you're just not on social media, it's still funny. And so you don't even have to be in the know to laugh at some of the stuff that he says. And if you're in the know, obviously it helps it out a little bit better. But my God, I love him just coming out and being pissed. When he came out, I thought we were going to go straight into the match. When he actually grabbed the mic, I was so freaking stoked because I knew we were going to get something good from this. CM Punk cost him the match later on, the Fatal 4-Way that we have, and therefore screwing him again. Their build continues. This is the storyline right now that has me most excited in wrestling. The CM Punk, Drew McIntyre story is the one that I'm most interested in at the moment because it's been funny, it's been entertaining, and this is of course, beside the Cody and Roman and Rock stuff, but aside from that, this one has truly been the most entertaining that we have seen.
Could have main evented WrestleMania, yes, and has so many different layers, and here's the greatest part about it. I'll tell you the greatest part about Paul Heyman. He has been the connective tissue for this Bloodline story without the main components being there, meaning Roman Reigns, meaning, if Cody wasn't on SmackDown, Paul can connect everything together. Drew has been connecting so many storylines, but his derivative has been at one person. And also, but his own personal quest about how he had to do this, win the title in front of the fans, how he had to be the champion. The title means everything to him. He doesn't care what he has to do to get there since his heel turn. He finally has that moment. He finally does it in front of fans. And then he's gloating in front of the guy who he felt cost him everything. And then the guy costs him everything again. And, Damian Priest doing his stuff, like I said. Damian Priest will now go and try to become the best champion that he possibly can be. And he will have his opponents. I know there was a fatal four-way, and then he's going to wrestle to defend his title. But all the while, we have this other story going on. Why? Because you have to build your new champion. Because everyone talks about Cody. No one was talking about that cash-in. Well, mainly people talk about the cash-in. And Drew has been that connective tissue throughout everything. And you think also the beauty of Drew. Drew have said on this show, and he said in his own documentaries, he had a hard time communicating because of his tough accent. So he went to a school to learn how to help him with his accent. And he's one of the best communicators we possibly can ever imagine. He saw a weakness in his game. He saw like, oh, well, maybe like I was fired for this reason. Go back and look at what he physically looked like when he got fired, as opposed to how he looks today. I saw him briefly at the Hall of Fame, and I was like, my God, is that a perfect sculpture of a human being? To be a representative of your company. And I'm friends with Drew. And I was like, I would invest everything in him. He can work. He can talk. He's believable. He could be an ass kicker. He can do anything. And he's also the one carrying this narrative because the guy that he's talking about can't wrestle. And he's putting heat on the guy when he's in front of his face. And then in one simple swipe of your leg, your life gets cost, and everything that you do. Why? Because you were sitting there being a dick and gloating. That's the proverbial, you could talk, I'll beat your ass, and then a guy just drops you with one punch. That's what happened. And then the story continues. And it's an amazing story.
I love it, man. The fact that he basically was out there rubbing it in the face of CM Punk and that ended up screwing him. Oh, it's karma. Karma at its finest, man. And they've been doing a good job with, like, CM Punk not obviously able to wrestle at the moment, but just like his little bit that he had at WrestleMania where he, took off the brace and he attacked Drew McIntyre with the belt. It was very, very simple. Didn't have to get as physical. And then on Monday Night Raw, what does he do? He just comes out and he holds his leg. But they did a good job at like making it be enough to get by with the limitations that CM Punk currently has. Now, I forget, when is Clash at the Castle? Because I'm wondering if that's going to be the match that we get, or is it going to be do you think we'll get CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle?
I wait for SummerSlam.
You think so? But even though it's in Scotland and stuff and all of that?
Well, I would look at it then two ways. If
it's in June. Sorry, June 15th.
If CM Punk comes, because of where it is, they're going to cheer your good guy. They're going to cheer your bad guy over the guy that you want to push. So why put him there?
True.
If I'm listen, I always want to put people in the best possible situations to win and put you in the best scenarios for you to get those great reactions. So I'm not going to put CM Punk's return in a match or in a place where they're going to cheer his opponent, because I want to invest a little bit more in CM Punk's return. And I would probably do that at SummerSlam. It is a stadium. And like you said, with Cody, we have to reestablish Cody. He has no story. He completed the story. Rock's not going to be there. So what is your new story? Then we have the most intrigued story we got right now is Drew and Punk. Let it simmer to SummerSlam. If this tape reveals CM Punk is the most horrible person, like the caller said, he kicked a puppy. Cool. Then we just keep him on off TV. He's already hurt. And then once his return, once they hit that music, place is going to go nuts for him anyway. I can't see how bad this is going to be. I don't know. It's just money-wise, I look at it, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. That's when I do it.